Yo, hey, what's up, man? Yep, another price increase is coming up. Hey, bye. Man, I'm telling you, man, console gaming is straight up trash, bro. For real. Y'all better be happy that y'all bought your consoles now, man. Instead of waiting, we got another price increase coming. We talking about $800 Xboxes. That's crazy. Man, we got 3DO prices. Nah, no worries. Yeah, we got another price increase coming up. I mean, it was already gonna happen, considering with the RAM shortages. Well, I was like, really? Mm-hmm. I told people, man, if you got your consoles now, be happy. You know, they said, you know, you guys thought y'all were gonna wait to get these consoles cheaper. All you guys did is wait to make the consoles more expensive. The days of old is over. No more $90 GameCubes. You know, Dreamcast guy, he gonna be mad about this. You know? Hey, man, that's what you get for trying to say support the devs, right? We gotta support the devs. We gotta support these developers. Yeah. Well, the whole thing is that Microsoft's gonna push for the AI, and essentially, no. I mean, it's just for, like, obviously, I'm not saying Xbox is dead like that. It's just kind of to get people to create a conversation. I still enjoy Xbox regardless, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like I wanted to bring it up to people's attention that well, they say I don't make enough Xbox dead videos, so here's one of them for them. But we could just talk about everything. Yeah, AI is definitely the future, though. We've come to that point where it's not even going to matter what type of box you even play on. It's not even going to matter the power. It's all going to just be able to be displayed on your screen with good graphics and performance do cloud streaming. I mean, at this point, you'll be able to play most of these games off a damn calculator. I mean, I guess that is a silver lining, but in regards to ownership of the game, yeah, that is definitely coming to an end. Yeah, he hasn't done Nintendo, yeah. Yeah, I've talked poorly about all three of these companies. Yeah, he barely touches up on Nintendo. I've noticed that. Yeah, he's completely silent. Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. So that means that the price of that game might even be higher. And I think that's what Rockstar is waiting for. I think they're waiting for, because they don't want to come out and say, hey, we're charging GTA 6 for 100. So they're just waiting for all the other third-party companies to come out and be like, oh, you see? Oh, well, you know, we got to justify it because we got to do based off what the market is doing. You know what I mean? I don't think Rockstar wants that negativity, that negative attention, or should I say publicity to their game. So they're just kind of waiting the things out. You know what I mean? And the Nintendo Switch 2 would be going on. It's like, bro, this is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just happy that I got the systems that I have now, but I feel bad for anybody trying to buy one, thinking that these consoles were gonna get cheaper. You know, I really do feel bad for them. I'm hearing that the Xbox is gonna be like $800. They're raising it. Well, we already knew this due to the RAM shortages, but still, just seeing it, it's kind of crazy, you know. Yeah. No, they're actually raising the price. They actually are raising. He said, "You got me to." Hey, let's see. There you go. Yep. This is Story of Seasons, Wonderful Life, aka Harvest Moon, Wonderful Life. It's just essentially a reboot. I don't even know if it's a reboot. I don't even know what to call this. A port, because it doesn't play similar. I mean, it's identical to the original game, but there's a few things that have changed. I don't know what to call this specifically. I don't know if you could call it a remaster or a port. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, the Nintendo ones. Yeah, I just figured because I found out some information about Xbox raising the price, so I figured, okay, this will be a good reason to talk about it. But I will say that the prices of everything is going up. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Everybody be jumping on that trend. I know. Xbox is dead. He said they got me to click on the video. Everybody like, yo, what's going on, man? Yo, AGN, he coming out. AGN too. Nah, I'm just trolling with all that. You know, I told people I'd be putting the title so people can click on it so we can have conversation. You know what I mean? Hold on, what? It was me all along. I'm AGN too. Everything, bro. Everything. Yo, yeah, everything. Eggs, bro. I mean, damn, you can't even get hash browns at McDonald's, man. They talking about you gotta buy one for like close to $3 just to get the other one $1 off. They might as well just say they $2 each. Xbox dead equals clicks. I mean, I get the clicks even if it's Nintendo or PlayStation. Yo, yeah. No, but I'm saying with this current Xbox, they're planning on raising the price, though. Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with the Game Pass value proposition, too, as well. Oh, he did? Oh, he just made one? That's funny. Everybody like, yo, what's going on? Y'all swapping roles? So he made a PlayStation one, and I just made an Xbox. Yo, we swapping roles for today. But that don't surprise me though. I want to see the Nintendo one. We ain't seen the Nintendo. That one don't count. Until I see Nintendo, listen, man, I'm gonna click on it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if it's Nintendo, I'm gonna be shocked. That ain't even a shocker to me. If I see AGN bashing Nintendo, then we talking. Then we literally talking. But until then, we already know. Always glazing Nintendo. AGN always. I can't believe somebody came up with that. I was like, yo, what? They called him always glazing Nintendo. Oh, yo, what's up, G? Yo, what's up, Keenan? So potentially Microsoft gonna be raising up the price. I think sometime next year they're gonna raise the price up of the Series X. Like I said, we knew this was gonna happen. I think Xbox is gonna hit the ground running with it first. PlayStation will follow suit afterwards. And I'm hearing Nintendo might go for another price increase as well. That's why we hear about the Mario Kart World Bundle being discontinued. So, yeah. Yeah, I actually really liked this content from before. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nothing new. It's nothing really new. I just did it for the title. You know, I just wanted to make sure we have a good conversation and stuff. You know, and all those ponies be talking about, well, you don't talk about Xbox. Well, look, I'm talking about Xbox right now. I don't know where they at. I made this for them, and they ain't even show up. They always want to call me an Xbox fanboy, but now they don't want to show up. It's like, what? Yeah, because they always say, you don't talk about Xbox enough. You don't talk about them. You're just a fan. But I'm like, okay, I literally put an Xbox is dead live stream for these folks, and they don't even come. Like, bro. But yeah, it's just more of a concern thing. It's just more of an overall piece to get everybody to talk and stuff. He's like, yo, GameStar. Yo, see, Dustin's probably surprised. Yep. I told you, man, after the holidays, man, we had a boring Christmas. You know, we gotta... Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, Dark? Let me see. Hold on. Some of the comments is cutting off at the end. Let me see. Hell good. It was good. I don't usually celebrate it. But yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I don't celebrate. I used to when I was younger, but not anymore. What price is it? Xbox so dusted. So what's gonna end up happening? I think by the start of next year. I think a few people have already talked about this. The pricing. There's gonna be another price increase due to the RAM shortages. This is what I'm saying. It was coming. It's coming. It's coming to PlayStation as well. So I mean, don't let the title deceive you. It's just to get you guys here to have a conversation. But yeah, there's going to be another price increase going into next year. And I don't know what you guys think about that. Me personally, I mean, listen, man, I don't know. $800 Xbox. 600. I don't think these things are that worth it to me personally. Oh, Asus is getting into the RAM market. I just don't, you know what I mean? I mean, these consoles are barely even worth the $500 that I've spent. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dustin. Yeah, I know. I guess the title's a little clickbaity, but yeah, you know, I got to get y'all here somehow so we can have these good conversations. So, but yeah, so that's what's gonna end up happening. And what's crazy about this is the fact that I don't know if you guys are really gonna be supportive of these things. Like, it's just because I actually just got Metroid Prime 4. I was able to get it on a buy two get one free. I was able to get it, right? So I'll be able to play the game. You know, Mr. I hate Nintendo got Metroid Prime 4. I got it used though. They didn't give Nintendo my money, but I have it. I have it coming. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I think I will. I mean, you know, it's a Metroid game. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with it. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. I just wanted to see these ponies come in and be like, oh, you're talking about Xbox now? Because they always say I bash PlayStation, so there they go. Now they can see that I talk poorly about everything. Yeah, it is, though. In my personal opinion, in television, the original looks so much better, bro. It has a much more artistic look to it. It looks far better. This game is serviceable at best, in my personal opinion. I just got the bike. I'm still waiting to see the desert. I can't wait to see that desert, bro. I might even make an exclusive video talking about that desert from my perspective. Where's Reforge at now? I know, that's what I'm saying. Where these dudes at? I titled it just for the ponies, and they never even showed up. You guys did. You guys always show up, though. You know, I was expecting a few fake accounts to pop up, but I guess they ain't coming to this show. Oh yeah, Xbox, yeah, they've been trying to grow the market in Japan. But even then, even for PlayStation, it's not that good either, you know? And at least in regards to the console gaming market. It was like that even during the portable phase of the 3DS. Yeah, cloud gaming's gonna take over everything, bro. It is. Story of Seasons, Wonderful Life, aka Harvest Moon. Wonderful Life. I guess I wouldn't even. It's like more of a I can't even call it a reimagine. It's kind of hard to explain this game because it's like a port, but it doesn't play like the game. It's just weird. It looks different. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, guys. Honestly. Yeah, Nintendo's doing very well in Japan. I think they're the only ones doing good, actually. I think a lot of Japan people playing on PC as well. I think, do I have enough eggs here or something? Okay, so I need to expand. Yeah, I think Japan's gonna be really big into that. Harmon Swift wish she was in Japan. Say, I can see that for sure. Yeah. And it's only gonna help Microsoft in the end anyway, so no matter what happens, they've already kinda sealed the fate of gaming. That's why they're investing so much into the AI. Yeah. It's not as big as it used to be. It used to be much bigger. Oh, VR? Well, because you know what it is though, bro? They just want something to buy, you know what I mean, to play on, man. You know, I was saying the same thing, man. When I was buying the 2 get 1 free, I'm like, bro, there's barely any games, man. So I guess I settled for Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, wow, I got 59,000. Oh, snap. Oh, this is 100,000. I definitely want to buy that. I gotta sell some of these chickens. So I got a male chicken. Okay. All right, we'll let this one go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get 100,000. AGN should have been the cow. Oh yeah, that's what I was trolling. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's getting real bad out here, man. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I actually own the original on here, Dustin, but for some reason I can't change the audio. And when I was trying to stream it, actually, that was actually the first game I tried to stream on here, it was too loud. So I was like, okay, well, I have this version, and I could adjust the audio. It's a really good game, though. I mean, this game is really serviceable. I still think it pales in comparison to the original, man. The original just has a nice appeal to it, man. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you play both of them, you'll know that the original is much better. He says Microsoft killed the Xbox. I think honestly, I don't think it's Microsoft. I think it's gaming. I think free to plays have killed the market. I feel like the shift in gamers have killed the market, and I think that's the reason why we see less physical media. I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of gamers. Yo, what's up? What's up, Skate? I think a lot of gamers now are just different, and I mean, by 10 years, things are going to be fundamentally changed. Once these dinosaurs go completely extinct, gaming will never be what it was, ever. It will never go back to what it is, and I think that's what Microsoft is preparing themselves for. So yeah, I think the concept of a console is coming to an end. You know, I know people are gonna say, "Well, PlayStation sell good, PlayStation," but I think it's leading to a point where it doesn't even matter. That's why Nintendo's losing money, because even if they selling consoles, they still losing money. Which really, to some people's eyes, makes no damn sense. How you making all this money from the Switch too, and you're losing money? Yeah. You don't think so in television? You don't? Personally, from my point of view, I think they are. You think consoles are returning? Really? I don't know in television. I think console gaming is dying. Yeah, I know, but that was at a time where things weren't really like how it is today. Yeah, console. Yeah, you're right about that. Consoles usually don't sell. No, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that, right? Now, my whole thing is this, though. And it was, yeah, you're right. Yep, and the Sega Genesis was like 38 or something like that. Close to 40. No, you're definitely not lying about that, but those markets were small at the time. You know what I mean? Gaming, and I've told people this before, I feel like gaming is getting big in all the wrong areas, because it's like, yes, there's more gamers now, but how many of these gamers are actually buying games? How many of these gamers are actually just playing free to plays? And I think that's the question that we need to be asking ourselves, if that makes sense. Because there's definitely more gamers now than there's ever been, but how many of these gamers are actually allocating to play games that people buy? Not very many. Unfortunately, not very many. And I think that's why developers are just tired of making games. They're like, yo, we're putting all this money into a game, and yet we're not getting enough people to buy it. And as time goes on with new hardware, new technology, they're just, yeah, exactly. They're just not selling enough games. Like, for example, 1 million back then was okay. 1 million now is not good. 1 million now is not good. It's just not good. Yeah, and that's all people want too, is the actors and stuff. I knew it was a problem when people was getting hyped up for Cyberpunk because of Keanu Reeves. I'm like, oh, here we go. We got people getting hyped up of a game over an actor. You know how much they paid for that guy to probably put him in the game? It's just, you know, it's scared too corporate. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying they returned it back to the original. Yeah, you're kind of right about that. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I feel, no, that's great, actually. Yep. But you see, though, my whole thing, too, you're right about that in television. They're kind of they're kind of subsidizing to what they used to be, right? But see, this is why I feel like this is, because back then people loved those games and loved those consoles, right? Now, that shows us what you just said, and you're absolutely right. That shows us that the casuals is holding the market together. Without the casuals, consoles is done. And that's the hardcore gamers is not holding gaming together. We held it back then. They're not holding it together. Once the casuals lose interest in those Fortnite players, like, well, I don't want a PS5. I don't care about consoles to play Fortnite. I don't care about that. That's less console sales, man. You get what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, you got the casual gaming market is the only market holding gaming up. Because if you think about it, if you take the free to plays and you take the third party, right? And you take those things out, it's done. Yo, FaZe, you should know by now with the RAM shortages, everybody's gonna go through with it. He's like, hold on, I just woke up. Yo, he woke up real happy with this one. I see the Uncharted picture. Yo, we got Uncharted Xbox's End. Imagine. Hey, yo, that's funny. Yeah, but there's going to be a price increase coming up in next year. I think a lot of people have already talked about it. I think Xbox might come out first with theirs, though. And then you're going to see Sony, and then I think possibly Nintendo, because that's why I've heard about the discontinuation of Mario Kart World being out of the bundle now. So it's just like, And I think Nintendo purposely did that just to get people to get the Switches. So now they're like, okay, we built up our ecosystem. Now we just got to try to maximize as much profit as we can now. But yeah, I feel like console gaming is console gonna be, and they're gonna be more expensive too. So it's gonna be more of a luxury item than it's ever been. They're holding gaming up, yo. That's what I'm saying, Pills. They're holding gaming up. Without them, I'm gonna just be honest. If you take the Fortnite, the NBA 2K, the Madden players away from gaming right now, PlayStation and Xbox can't hold the damn thing. They can't. If you take out that market of free-to-plays and all that, console gaming is dead. Let's keep it a buck, guys. It's dead. There's just not enough of us to keep this going, and I think this is what Microsoft is looking at. They're like, hold on. Yeah, we got our hardcore, die-hard audience, but that's not enough of us that's not enough to keep us going. That's just not enough. Because once the casuals lose interest, it's done. Yeah, exactly, Vic. Yeah, you definitely do. Like, it's done. Once the casuals lose interest, console gaming is done. I think so too. Yep. Yeah, I think hardcore gamers. That's why a lot of them have been playing indies. Xbox fanboys in shambles. Yeah. I'm going to be very disappointed, even though I know exactly as to why it's happening. I mean, I already have one, so there's nothing really for me to be sad about. But still, it still sucks. And the price of PC gaming is going to go up too, so no matter where you go, these price increases will be waiting for you, man. They need to make a song, wherever you go. Those price increases will be waiting for you, bro. Like, no matter where you go, PC, console, everything's going up, man. You know, and it's not that people can't afford it. Well, maybe for some people, but it's just like the days of having the luxury of having all consoles, people might just settle for one. And I mean, Xbox is kind of setting themselves up for a better position for that. With the Steam, with the good old games, and I think that's what Microsoft says, yep, we got you. We got you. What's a PC? They have. You're right. Yeah, you're right, FaZe, though. You keep it in a buck. A lot of casuals have gone to PC as well. Matter of fact, I used to have a lot of friends that I used to talk to that played on console. They all play on PC now. Yep. Nice. That's actually not too bad, though, Skate. Yep, high frame rate Fortnite. Yeah, me too, bro. I have so many games, Pills. Honestly, even if they came up with a PlayStation 6 or the new Xbox, I'm still happy with what I have. You know what I mean? I just feel bad for the people that thought by waiting that they would get their stuff cheaper, when in reality, waiting only made things more expensive for them. So I think that's what companies are going to start doing. They're going to release products, and if you don't buy them, they're not going to drop the price. They're gonna drop out new hardware, and they're gonna force you to buy the more expensive platform. I think those days of $99 GameCubes, $20 Sega 32Xs is over. It's done. Yeah, they're gonna do it to PC as well. They're gonna do it to PC. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So nobody. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's safe. Nobody. So, and this is the market that we have to deal with. And the funny thing is, it's just like it said, like the quote before. You're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna like it. Ownership is done. 10 years. I know, bro. 10 years, bro. I mean, people gotta realize, man. By the time Intergalactic come out, man, 7 years of Porter Rock's life has been wasted. 7 years, bro. 7 years. That man's 50, man. 70-year-old me can't wait till G. Yo, bro, we ain't even gonna make it. Hey, yo, this is a young man's hobby, bro. There's no way you're gonna make it, bro. Imagine being 65 years old, waiting 7 to 10 years for a video game. The man ain't even gonna make it to the release date. I can't, dog. This is not good for gaming. It's not. This is not good. Because this is not good for me. I can't play video gaming as an old man. If I was 60 years old and I'm like, I can't wait for that new Gears of War 7. I can't wait. Oh, it's already been 8 years. I went from 60 years old to 68. Now I have arthritis. Now I'm in diapers. I can't play the game. I can't even wall bounce the same. My bones is brittle. Yo, what's up, Catum? You know? I can't mash the buttons. I can't hit those QuickTime events in God of War no more. I waited too long. This is crazy, man. He said GTA 7 will come on when I'm in a retirement home. Yo, this is crazy, man. Something need to be done about this. No, for real. This is sorry, bro. I'm saying this is not what gaming is about, bro. It really ain't. Because you gotta think about it, bro. These people waiting this long for these games is absolutely crazy. And you're trying to tell me, oh, but the technology. Listen, regardless of all that, that is insane. Waiting that long for a video game? Dude, these people act like they immortal. They act like they can live forever. I just can't, man. I can't. I think this is crazy. I think people need to just enjoy. If you're an older guy, older gentleman, enjoy whatever you have. Play, your retros. And, try to play a few new games if you want. But don't wait on it, man. Don't be an old guy waiting for these games, man. You're going to get hurt. Your feelings are going to get hurt, man. And then when the game comes out, you buy it thinking it's going to be the best game in the world. And then it hurts you again, realizing that the game is trash. How long has it been since I think about 13 years, yeah. About 13. This is crazy. And Rockstar hasn't dropped out anything besides Red Dead Redemption 2. Yo, for real, Malcolm. That's what I'm saying. Imagine the people that didn't even make it. Like, I mean, this is crazy, man. We got people ain't even making it to their games. I know, yo, you know what's crazy? There's an old lady. Did y'all know her name is Food for Dogs or something? She's an older woman, right? And I think she said her favorite game is what? Animal Crossing or something? Or Skyrim. There's like an old lady that just I think she loves Skyrim. I don't know if you guys know. She loves Skyrim. She's not gonna make it to Elder Scrolls 6. She's not gonna make it. That game need to come out. That woman ain't gonna make it to Elder Scrolls 6. That's crazy. I think I seen a video. There's like this older woman, right? She loves Skyrim. Skyrim is her favorite game, right? That's the only game she plays. Bro, she ain't gonna make it to Elder Scrolls 6. That's sad, man. Microsoft, y'all need is it Grandma Sherry? It's one of them. I seen it. I'm like, this is wrong, man. I said, this is wrong. Or Cheryl. I think it might be Cheryl. I said, this is wrong, man. Microsoft, you gotta give this woman this game. They got to, bro. And I feel like they need to pay homage to that woman, man. They got to put her in the game somehow. They got to find a way, man, if something happens. Because that's not right, man. You know what I'm saying? She's an older woman. She can't even play a sequel to a game because it's going to take freaking forever for it to come out. That's what I'm saying. That ain't going to be me. I'm not going to be 50 years old, 60 years old, waiting 10 years for no damn video game, man. That ain't going to be me, bro. I'm going to stick to my retros. I'm going to be like, all right, I'm not waiting. Hell no. You think I'm wasting my life like this? This guy he said, I come to this, I'm not going to see Streets of Rage 5. I'll be 150. Yo, what? I see 90-year-olds playing Tekken 8. I think I did see a video like that. They ain't gonna make it for Tekken 9. You know, but at least Tekken has came out. You know what I'm saying? At least they still come out with them, you know, I think every generation. But think about it. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. But think about it, guys. Even what you said about Tekken 8, right? And they come out with every gen. But guess what? Listen, I'm gonna throw the ballistics. When Tekken came out on the PS1, right? We had Tekken 1, Tekken 2, Tekken 3. You feel what I'm saying? When we went into the next gen, we had Tekken 4, Tekken Tag, right? Tekken 5. I think we had some Tekken game with Nina Brown in it. Bro, we had more Tekken games, right? And then I think, when did they start doing only one Tekken game? I think Tekken 6 is when they started doing only one Tekken game a year. And then we had Tekken 7. So after Tekken 6, not even playing Tekken, man. Yo, for real. So by Tekken 6, they just started dropping one every gen. And then we had Tekken 7 for that whole gen, and now we got Tekken 8. So now they just drop a Tekken every generation. But at least it's a next gen game. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely New Jack. It is going up for everything. So, but Street Fighter, oh yeah, for sure. Street Fighter 6, I'm more disappointed in Street Fighter than Tekken. And I like Street Fighter more because you know why? Y'all cheated people, bro. Street Fighter 5 was a next-gen game on PS4, at least. Visually, quality, I mean, it wasn't the best Street Fighter. I still think it wasn't. But I'm saying, visually, it was an upgrade, right? Can we all agree? Then you had Capcom become lazy and say, oh, we're going to make Street Fighter 6, but it's going to really be a PS4 game. We didn't even get a next-gen Street Fighter. We didn't get one. When Street Fighter came out, Street Fighter 4, that was a next-gen Street Fighter, right? Street Fighter 5 was a next-gen Street Fighter. We didn't even get a next-gen Street Fighter. That's crazy. We didn't even get one, bro. We didn't even get it. Bro, we barely even got a next-gen. Well, I heard we're getting a next-gen Virtua Fighter. But they threw out Virtua Fighter 5 again. Bro, I'm tired of this crap. They got Virtua Fighter 5 again, bro. How do you have Virtua Fighter 5 again? This makes no damn sense, man. This what is going on? Ah, yeah, with Infinite, you talking about Infinite? Oh, she doesn't play no more? Oh, that's sad. Hopefully they pay homage to her. You know what I mean? Find a way to add her to the game. You know what I mean? Because Final Spectrum. Virtual Fighter. Final Spectrum Special Edition. Yeah, fighting games, man. It's just like, bro, we ain't got nothing, bro. We ain't got nothing, G. Buckthesta. Buckthesta. For real, man. Like, I'm just disappointed, bro. I don't know what we gonna do, man. Yeah, DLC definitely kills it for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, New Jack, right? Like, all right, let me break something down real quick. Let me pause this. Right, you're right, New Jack. Because back then, let's look at it, right? Back then, technically, right, the DLC was made into a new game. So when we had Street Fighter 2, they'll add characters. So technically, that would kind of be like DLC, right? In some ways, but they would make it out of a whole new game. Now, mind you, I'm the type of dude that likes Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and 3. And to some people's eyes, that could be considered an update to Street Fighter Alpha 1, right? Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. But that's kind of like DLC, right? But there's a special but with this though, New Jack. They play differently. So yes, I might like Street Fighter Alpha 1 for what it can offer. I also like Street Fighter Alpha 2 because it offers something different than 1. And I like 3 because 3, even though similar within the same universe, plays different than 2. So technically the game stood out. So even if I like Third Strike more than Double Impact, both of those games stand out on their own regard, which means that I can go back to both games. See, the problem is with the update stuff, though, is when you update the game, some people prefer to play the first version. But they take that away. So you can't even go back and play the old version of the game. You got to play the newer version of it, which in my opinion kills it. Thank you, exactly. Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate. That's what I'm saying. Some people like Pacific stuff because some, even though they play similar, but they stood out as their own games. You get what I'm saying? So some people, they might like, well, I like Double Impact more than Third Strike. I like Alpha 2 more than Alpha 3, right? I like, I liked it that. But we don't get that no more. We don't get that. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to be forced into one freaking update of a game, and in my opinion, sometimes it ruins it. Sometimes it ruins the game, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm just not a huge fan of it. So it's like, yeah, I guess that would be quote unquote DLC, but at least it was DLC games that could be played individually. Oh, let me see, what's my wife doing? Oh yeah, MK1. I know, bro. MK1 could have been on PS4, bro. I don't know why they made that as a next gen game, bro. The assist ruined that game, bro. Like, I tried to get into it. I don't like it, bro. I did not like it. They should have just made it a tag fighter. Why the hell did y'all put assist in the game? They could have just had it like how they had with MK9. Where you could use 2 characters to fight. Why is like, I don't get it, man. They try to give it that Marvel vs. Capcom appeal, man. And that assist makes that game broken. And it's so much easier to frame trap because, let me see, let's take a... Yep, you had different versions of Street Fighter, yep, and they all can be played individually. All of them. Oh, snap. My kid's growing. Oh, that's my son. Oh, my boy. Oh, he reading. Oh, that's my boy. Look at, he got hair now. Look. That's my son. Oh. He growing. That's one thing I like about this game. I heard it's got an infinite mode. I heard they added an infinite mode, but this game does have a beginning to the end. It focused more on more of a story with the characters and less on the farming. That's why a lot of people didn't like it. Look at it. He fishing just like his daddy. Look at that. Stunting like his daddy. Look at that's my son, babe. That's my son. Yeah, he copied everything his daddy doing. That's my son, Minister. Yeah, Gamester Jr. Look at that. Oh, I even seen him trying to help Lumen out with some emphasis. Ooh, he's a good boy. I told you. He got his mama here. Look at that. He got a bright future. Yo, y'all ever seen that movie from the Waynes where the guy was like, oh, your son's got a bright future, and then he just dies by the time he gets his college degree? Your son has a bright future. Oh, man. Ooh, look at my house. Your son has a bright future. Yeah, man. What's up, man? I'm from the streets, yo. Yeah. I made some friends in this village, bro. I'm gangster. Wow, look at that. Damn. Damn, my guy's taller too. Damn, I'm getting grown too. Yeah, they made my dude look taller. Let me see. Oh, he got his own room? Hey, yo, son, you gotta get ready for school. I told you, this game crazy. I guess he don't need these toys no more, huh? That's crazy. That's my boy sleeping, man. I gotta get him an everybody. I gotta put an Xbox in my son's room. Look at that. Look how you can keep browsing. Oh, you can read his diary? Oh, should I read it? Oh, that's no. What should I do? Oh, I can read his diary. Oh, I gotta see. He probably got a girlfriend. Oh, listen. Oh, is this what parents be doing? Oh, snap. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to read it. Should I respect his privacy? Yo, this game's crazy. Oh, man. I feel like I want to read it, though, for real. I want to see what he's talking about. Oh, man. I don't know, man. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, he talking about me? Oh, hold on. Papa was growing a lot in his sleep the other day. I was really worried, was he having a night? Yo, my son talking crap about me, man. What? Alright, I'm out. Bruh. This man, yo, that's crazy, though. My own son back, yo, that... Now I see. When it comes, I'm gonna definitely try it out. I just ordered it. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. I heard it's actually, if you buy the PS5 version, you can get the PS4 version as well. But they're not cross-play with one another. So PS5 version is only cross-play between all the other consoles, but not the other way around. Doc sounds like you games. Oh, they do? I don't. Is that legit? I hope they might exercise your culinary talents. Ooh. He says, "Wait for us." I'm just gonna bring him an egg soup. Get off my damn lawn, man. I'm with your daughter now. Yeah. And he's still around. Then they made my guy look a little taller too, though. I like that attention to detail. Damn, man. I can't believe I'm finally a man now. Somewhere, right? For real. Oh, man, looking like egg ball. Okay, so nothing. I gotta keep the ducks, though. The ducks are worth a lot. They're worth a lot of money, the ducks. This guy said I lost my hearing. I farted so loud I lost my hearing. Yo. Yo, he did the Nutty Professor. You know that part in the Nutty Professor? When he blows up the city? Yo, when I saw that as a kid, I flipped, bro. When I saw that. Look at that. We're gonna make some nice burgers out of you. That's the Brahma Bull. That's the Brahma Bull now. Damn, my horse is dirty, bro. Put some water on this mall. Hey, yo. He ain't supposed to look like this, G. Nah, he was looking filthy, man. What? Yo, my horse was looking nasty, bro. He got poop all in his damn thing, man. My horse was looking filthy now. Oh, melon seeds, blue crop. Ooh. Melon seeds. I think I can buy those. He needs 5? Oh, no, I'm not gonna give you a blue crop for melon seeds? Okay. I think that should be easy, actually. Homeless, yo, he was looking like Scrawny Nag from Red Dead. For real. I'm gonna call this horse Black Beauty. You know, it's funny. I actually read a book a long time ago about a horse, and it was called Black Beauty. Black Beauty, the horse. Black Beauty. Yeah, it's fun though. The original's better though, Rebirth. But yeah, from a modern perspective, because in this one you can make your own character, so you can't do that in the original. But I like the aesthetic of the original more. You should look at the differences. But this one's good. It does the job. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good game, personally. You know what I mean? It's just the original look is so iconic, man. I don't know, it could be nostalgia, but it's just so good. Oh, snap. This game is good though. It's fun. It's like one of those nice, relaxing games you just play. It's one of my favorite streaming games. Yo, what's up, Troll? Cause you know most of the games though, like when you're just streaming, you know I can't play a lot of that serious stuff because I usually stay focused when I'm playing it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to chill, you know what I mean? I love these type of games for streaming because it's easy to be able to actually have a conversation with the chat. You know, if I'm playing Gears of War, I'm like, oh, Harvest Moon 64? Bro, I still have the cartridge for that game, man. One of my favorite... Bro, I'm going to tell you something, Argue. I had everything in that game, bro. Why is it not letting me get back on my damn horse, though? Wake up, damn horse. You see it? He was sleeping? Like, horse, wake up. I'm like, yo, why he ain't let me get on him? He was sleeping. My horse was sleeping, bro. Like, what? Get up. Man, I gotta make sure I feed him. This place gives you Yo, I got everything for that game, man. Did I run out of recipes? I played it. Bro, I was addicted to that game, man. The music, I used to love the music too, bro. I was so addicted to that game, bro. Harvest Moon 64. And the music was incredible, bro. I love that game, man. I remember playing the one on Super Nintendo, but the 64 one, man, that had me hooked, bro. I had everything, man. That dude with that blue baseball cap, bruh, it was, woo! I had all of it. Greenhouse and all that. All of it. I had every single thing. I'm surprised how is she about the same height as my son? She should be more grown. I don't know how she's still. Oh, yo Zibby, they so desperate. They gotta find anything. You know what I mean? I know they defend that Pro like no other. I remember when Rock was like, man, the best console you need to get is the Pro, and I'm like, no, just a base PS5. Like, what is up with these ponies trying to sell a Pro? Like, I don't get it, man. I don't know. It does, though, right? It has more ray tracing. Some games run worse, some games run better. If it ran every single game better, I still don't think it's a good reason. We talking about $400 more. I'd rather just get a base PS5, and I could probably buy an Xbox. Wow, I could get a 2-for-1. I can get a Series S and an Xbox. A Series S and a PS5. Why would I just get one? Why would I spend $800 on one when I can get both? I'm just saying, if I didn't have it, for real, that's what real gamers do, man. That's what real gamers do. If I had $800 and I didn't have nothing, I'd be like, damn, let me see, what's this? You can either get the PS4 5 Pro, or you can get a Series S and a PS5. I'm getting both. Real gamers getting both. I'm getting both if I didn't have anything. If I had only $800, I'm like, yo, let me spend. I'm gonna get a Pro. I'm not Pro. A PS5 and a Series S. Yeah, that's what I would do. Personally, that's what I would do. That's what I would do personally. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you gotta buy it separately. That's diabolical. No disk drive. Thank you. That's what we do. I actually have Persona 5. Not the biggest fan of it though, but I have it. Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm not paying all that much just to remaster some base PS5 games that are on the PS4. Definitely not. PS5 Pro just does not justify anything. I mean, I will say one thing: when the One X came out, it did feel like an enhancement. But I'm not paying for this, man. I'd rather just be happy with my PS5. Oh, but if you had a Pro, this game would look better. How much better is this game gonna look on a Pro? Like, especially a game like this. How much better would it look? It ain't gonna look that much better. Alright, hold on 1 minute, Taylor. Hold on. I didn't see it. 1 minute. Let me pause it, though. You said a question? Okay. Hold on, I don't see it. Oh, okay. What is the Steam Machine official? What segment is it? PC or console? Or what will be Xbox? It's to me, it's a hybrid, of course. But if you ask me what I would call it a console. Because that's what it's being advertised and promoted as, a console. Regardless if it's a PC hybrid or not. People got a bit... Alright, you know what's funny? I actually had a good video about this, actually. I might have to reiterate this in one of my other ones, right? And I think VG Fight School actually brought that. It is both, but it's a game console. Because the purpose of why you buying it is for video games. Now, mind you, you could do more with it, of course, obviously due to the advanced technologies of things. But at the end of the day, you buy a Steam machine to play video games. Therefore, it's a console. It is a console. Some people might disagree and say it's not a console, but it is. It is a console. Even if they do have influences in PC. Exactly. Thank you. No problem, Taylor. Thank you, Zimmy. Exactly. Everybody wants to... Because, you know, I got another one, Taylor. Right? A lot of people want to say, well, if that's not the definition of a console. Listen, the NES was essentially called a PC. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Also, too, the TurboGrafx, what was it called? A PC engine, right? It was called the PC engine. The TurboGrafx 16 was called the PC engine, right? A lot of consoles are just derivatives of PC. You get what I'm saying? Microcomputer. Consoles are exactly. That's all it is anyway. That's all a console ever was. But you know, you tell these people, they get mad. Oh no, that ain't no. Oh no, that ain't no. There's no way. According to them. But yeah, it's not that complicated like people trying to make it. It's just like if somebody asks me, right, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch? What is the Nintendo Switch to you? The Nintendo Switch, to me, is a portable console. Now, mind you, it's a hybrid between the two, but you got to look at how it's built, how it's designed, and what's the main purpose of it. Portable. It's a portable console that can be played at home. No different than a Sega Nomad or a PSP, which all have that same functionality. Right? I just think people want to overcomplicate things because, yes, I get it. We're coming to that phase where everything is kind of like a hybrid, but that doesn't take that doesn't take the actual definition of what it is, right? Like if the Steam machine and the Steam Deck, that is a console to me. Well, you could do this, you could do that. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a fair argument. It's mainly portable. You can use it without having the screen. Now, people's like, well, boy, all right, you know, good. I love what you said, Blue Jay, right? Let's say, for example, another argument. People might say, well, you can play it on the TV, but think about it. I don't need the TV to play it. I don't need it. It can be used because they'll say that the Switch 2 is in the same demographic as an Xbox, and it's not true. And I'm going to explain to you as to why it's not true. Because you need a TV to play an Xbox. You need a display to play or a monitor to play those consoles, right? A freaking Switch 2, I don't need that. I could just have to play the games through the screen. I mean, come on now. I don't know why people overcomplicate stuff, but it's really that simple. It really is. Okay, we say he say, but you buy console games on Xbox, PlayStation, that your PC version of a game. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm gonna read. This is a very good discussion. Okay, Ray said, but you buy console games on the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo store. Steam Machine, you are buying a PC version of games from a PC store. So I think that is the discussion of why people don't call it a console, right? But I get what you're saying, and that does make a lot of sense. You're absolutely right about that. That's why we call it a hybrid. But the main purpose of why it's being used is due to the fact that you can play it. Now, mind you, I know what you're saying, that it's PC games, but how many of these PC games that are also on console? Does that make sense? Like, for example, even though it's a PC version of the game, like for example, I'm gonna give a good example. Xbox and PlayStation, right? Yes, they're a console version of the game, right? But it's still the same game. Right? You don't hear people argue, well, what is the PS5? They're still the same game. Console version or not, it's still the same game. But I get what you're saying. That is because I always hear that argument, though, because they use that for the wrong, to say that it's not a console because you're playing the PC version of Gears of War Ultimate or Gears of War Reloaded. But regardless of all that, because if you're talking about the device itself, that is what I'm classifying as a console. You know what? I gotta have a good argument for this, right? Check this out. The software is not what defines the console. The console is what defines it. Does that make sense? Not the software that it's on it. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, it's definitely a game device. That's why I call it a console. I call it a console. Yeah, it's a hybrid. Yeah, of course. But it says console first. And the reason why it says console first, because that's more likely the first. Because, all right, let me explain another thing. This is very good conversation. So the reason why they say it's a console PC handheld, because they're defining it as a console before a PC handheld. They don't say it's a PC console handheld. They say it's a console PC handheld. Console comes before PC. They're already defining it before they even got to PC. You get what I'm saying? I know this is going to be a conversation that people are going to be having for a long time. You get what I mean? That's how they usually. Let me see. Hold on, I got a cutscene. That's usually how they define things. So let me see if I can come up with another example. Like for example, right? Let's say the New York Yankees, right? New York is where the team plays, right? So they're already letting you know where the team plays. The Yankees. New York, where they're from, the Yankees. PC games being less optimized is an outdated idea. It costs $3.50 and the games perform. Yeah, the games do perform better, but I think this is going to be a conversation for... You know, it's funny, when I was young, I actually dated this woman first, but then I realized she don't do nothing. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care what people play on either. I mean, he said PCP. He said PCP. Nah, he said PCP. Yeah, I know, FaZe. I know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with it. A game is a game. And I think the sad part about it, gamers have lost the plot. You know what I'm saying? Nobody back then was saying that Doom ran better on the PC. I mean, people still enjoyed it on the Super Nintendo, right? I don't know where this superiority crap came from. I really don't. I just think it's stupid personally, but it came from somewhere, man. I think it was PlayStation guys, because they've dominated for so long in the industry that they just started being, you know, complete douchebags. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen to PMC, for sure. That is true, Raze. That is a good argument. You're right. So that's not even about the upgrade. You're right. You're absolutely. That's what I'm saying. PCs you can, but most of those you can't. But we don't sit there and say that they're not PCs though, right? So I think a lot of the terms that they have is mostly due to marketing and how they're marketing it. Heated during the PS3 era, then the 720p thing. Yeah, it did though. It did. Yeah, it was getting heated. I think, you know what it was? Because I think PS3 dudes was mad, bro. PS3 dudes, yo, they were mad. During that gen, they didn't dominate like they thought they was. I remember hearing a lot of PS3 dudes. They were salty, man. And the 360 was doing better at it at one given time, and I think that was it. And I think PlayStation dudes hold that against Xbox because the 360 was very popular that gen. That's why they always talk about it. You know what I mean? That was the days that Sony was losing their market share, third party and all that. Sony tried to control everything through their one box, and Microsoft said, "No, we ain't having this." He said, "I only buy PC, so if I get a Steam machine, I think the Steam machine's good, Blue Eye. I think it's good. I know a lot of people bashing on it. Listen, man, if I wasn't invested in these consoles, I'd probably... If the price is everything, obviously. If it was $500, I'll buy one. You know what I mean? But if it's $800, I already got devices as of right now that I can use, you know, to kind of get an idea or a feeling of it, right? The price would mean the most. But like I said, if somebody want to pay $800, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the $8. You getting PlayStation games, launchers, and all that. I don't care. Oh, it's low. It's less more powerful than the PS5. So, the games that y'all run in the PS4 games anyway. What are you talking about? Y'all not running demanding games like y'all saying. Y'all running God of War, Ragnaroks, Lego Horizons. I mean, those games on the Steam machine will work like a charm. And you get the freedom, and you get free online. I'm not going to have people bash the Steam machine. I don't even care if it sells poorly. I think it's a nice device, and I think more devices need to come out. And Microsoft, much respect for even congratulating it. I'm not threatened by it. 600 would be the limit for it. I would love to have one. I don't know why people nowadays want to bash on something just because, you know, because it's too expensive. I mean, back then gamers didn't do this. You've never heard people back then say, "Oh, the Neo Geo sucks." You never, you know what's funny? Let's talk about that for a minute. You have never, and I mean have never, heard people talk so poorly about a console. "Oh, the Neo Geo's trash, man. I'd rather stick with my Super Nintendo, man. Neo Geo? Who need that? Who need arcade games at home?" Hey, but you're playing the same arcade games on your Super Nintendo now, way worse. Who needs it? You know, for the price of the Super Nintendo, you get it with the FX chip and the game. They look good. They look good, but they don't look better though. It didn't look good enough. It looked good enough now. Ain't nobody want no Neo Geo now. Just because people couldn't afford it, don't mean that it wasn't that doesn't mean it was bad. My dad would tell you everybody wanted a Neo Geo back then. They just couldn't afford it. My dad eventually had one, but he couldn't afford the games for it. So he had to sell it. He couldn't afford the games. The games was just too much for him. Way too much for him. He's like, I can't pay for all this. Let's see, so I need a duck egg so I can get more ducks. I think it's good. I think it's a nice little device. Yeah, my dad had one, especially back then. I think he only had Samurai Showdown and everything. So when the Saturn came out, so he would actually, because my dad also had a 3DO, right? He loved all those games and stuff. So what he did is when the Saturn came out, I think it was the PlayStation 1, but the games didn't run that as well as he wanted. So my dad was like, "Yo," I think he got the Sega Saturn, and that's when he loved it. Look at that. Airbag! My son just picked up an airbag. Look at that. He hasn't opened it yet. Hey, there's an Xbox in it. Ooh, look at that. He got an airbag. Yo, should we open it? Yo, let me see. Let's open it. My son got an Xbox. I told you. He said, "Don't open it." Sorry, I wasn't looking at your Xbox. All right, you too, FaZe. Take care. He said Xbox is better. Xbox better. I know, right? Yo, my dad, he had to sell it, man. He could not afford the Neo Geo, man. He always wanted one. You know, he always wanted to get all those games and stuff, but he just couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it, man. Hold on, hold on. Did my son just steal their box? What the? Why they looking at my cow like that? They want some patties? Yo, what up, Sora? Yo, C-Dub. Hey, what's up, guys? You too. Y'all getting that milk? Gotta get that milky soup. Oh, look at that. Oh, are these bananas done yet? Oh, I can make some mad money off these bananas. I thank you, Rays. I always try to have good conversations, you know what I mean? Oh, they're not ready yet. We go to each other's house, one tried to console, the other didn't. Bro, I had friends that used to do something similar to that, right? Like, they would come to people's house. Like, I had a friend that bought San Andreas, bro. This man did not own a PS2, bro. He literally bought a PS2 game just so he could play at his friend's house that had PS2s, bro. I was like, what? Yo, he literally bought a PS2 game just so he could play it at his buddy. Like, I'm like, what? He brought it over. I was like, yo, you got San Andreas? He's like, yeah, man, I bought it because... I said, you don't own it. At first, we laughed at him, but it was like, it's funny because he's like, I don't have a PS2. I was like, for real? He's like, nah, I don't got the PS2. I was like, damn. But he would take it to his friends' houses that did and play it. You know? I guess his mom couldn't afford one, but... And I think some parents didn't let people play certain games in their house either, so... I think that was another thing, too. Yeah. Luckily I was able to play a lot of games, even the violent games. Luckily. Luckily for me. Yeah, we always have good conversations here, you know. You wasn't allowed. I actually, you know, it's funny. I used to know a kid that wasn't allowed to watch. Why is that, though? I'm very curious about that because I think there was one kid that I knew growing up. He wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter either. And I never understood the reason why. I don't know if you can give me a clarification on that. I've actually had somebody tell me that, like when I had my friend, he was like, when he was young, he told me like, yo, I can't watch that. I was like, why though? Is it because of witchcraft or something? Or something like that? I would assume. Ah. Got it. Yep. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it was witchcraft. Okay, got you. Yeah, it's the reason why I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas either. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. Yeah, because I actually watched a few of them. They're not the worst movies. You know what I mean? Yeah, it does have like that, page and stuff or whatever. You know, 'cause that's the reason why I don't celebrate Christmas. I know a lot of people that still do. I just don't personally do it anymore for myself. I wasn't allowed to watch violent movies till I was like 13. I actually seen them pretty young. Yeah, Friday 13, like I seen all that. My dad was into those movies. You know what I mean? I don't know what's worse, Friday the 13th or Harry Potter. I don't know, man. It's funny as Christians though, right? We always try to find ways, right, to avoid certain things, but then it's like, be like, all right, hey, I can't watch Harry Potter due to Christianity, but yeah, he's watching Friday the 13th. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of funny like that. The only thing I try to tell people about it, like understand that we live in a life of sin. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be very hard to avoid. You know what I mean? Enjoy your life, but never put materialistic things over God. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? Because I used to have a friend. He's like, I can't watch Harry Potter, but then he would play the violent video game with me. I'm like, how does this work? Like, this don't even make sense. You know? I just think it's about finding that balance. You know what I'm saying? And always giving love to God. You know what I mean? And appreciating God for everything, and understand that we do live our life in sin, and we try to, as a people, to be better. But don't be consumed by it. He's like, facts, right? Like for real. You know what I mean? Always put God first. That's how I see it. Because there's nothing we can do. We're surrounded by it. You know what I mean? We're all surrounded by it, so we got to make the most of what we can. But yeah, I get what you're saying. That's a very interesting topic. Yeah, same thing. I used to watch horror movies at a young age too. People weren't able to watch Pokemon either because they thought the signs were satanic. But honestly, everything, even the music people listen to, everything is. You know what I'm saying? To me, I feel like it's more about not being consumed by it. Because according to God, we all have sinned. We all have fallen short, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is entertainment-wise, music, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta just, like, from your heart, you gotta make sure you're just not consumed by it. You know what I mean? It's very hard. Like, I watched this preacher on YouTube. He was like, man, it's kind of hard to avoid sin because everything that's around us is sin. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's very hard. It's not like we live in a perfect world. We really don't. We live in a broken world. So a lot of people here are broken. But I will say, it definitely starts with your heart, and it definitely starts with things that are more important. Like me, like I usually don't tell people what I do because, in the Bible it says don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing, right? I listen to rap music, but I don't let it. Exactly. There you go. You understand that it's entertainment. You understand that it's not, you know what I mean? You don't want to live the lifestyle. I get it. It's like when people want to dance and they want to party. That's fine. You know what I mean? But don't be consumed. A lot of people are consumed by that. And they let it become a persona and an ego. And you don't want to lose yourself in it. And that's what I try to tell people. You know what I mean? Don't lose yourself into this world. Not like that. There was at a time I felt like I did. Now I got full control of my life, my conscience, everything. People used to do bad things. I mean, people still always do bad things, whatever, to me. And I know how to deal with it now. Before, I used to have to fight people all the time. Now I'm like, hold on, I got control of my emotions and everything. So, as people, we learn these things. Like, some people say it's age, but I didn't really know until I started reading the Bible. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I felt I was a good person. I might have been a little edgy more than the things, but that's because how gaming was and how I grew up with. That's what I grew up with. I grew up with gaming being so toxic. And then I would say that's normal. And it wasn't normal. That's just how I grew up playing video gaming as a kid. I don't really do that no more. But like when I was a kid, that's how gaming was. That's why a lot of people say, "Oh, Gamester, you're a bad person. Gamster's this," and I'm like, that's the era that we grew up. That's what it was 20 years ago, 25, or when I started playing online on PS2 and 360. Oh, you guys already know it was bad. And I used to play as a kid, and nobody ever wanted to hear people cry about certain things. It's either you had to either get down with it or be immune to it, and that's it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to do that anymore. Now gaming is just soft. Gaming is very soft now, but back then it was, bro, it was the Wild West. I would play the game and I would get hit with a slur every freaking minute. I'd be like, "Hey everyone," you already know the answer to these things, guys. So it's, and you know, as a person, you have to listen to that and it'd be like, don't let it bother you. You know what I'm saying? I used to play Monster Hunter with a racist person every time, bro. Y'all don't even know, man. And people be like, "Why would you do that? Why would you play with a racist?" Because I wanted gear. He wanted gear. We was good at the game. Now, mind you, I was never that. But I'm saying, every time I fainted, he'd be like, you know, he'll say some racial stuff, right? And then I'll go back and forth and say it to him. Or some stuff like that. It was like a back and forth, but we was all getting gear. It was kind of like we was all keeping ourselves in check. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that both of us didn't like each other, we didn't want to fail. We didn't want to fail because when he fainted, I'll be like, yeah, so much for all that, right? That's what I'm saying. It never really bothered me. I'm so immune to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, that's because maybe the video games. I played with a racist person just so I can get gear in Monster Hunter. Because me and him knew how to play the game. So we tolerated each other just to play the game. Just to play the game so we can get the best gear in the game. Because he was good. He was good. He would never say I was good. You know what I mean? But I'm not ignorant like him. He was good. I was good too. I was better than him, but still. Oh yeah, back then? Oh yeah. A lot of fights. Oh yeah, the arcades was rough. There was a lot of fights, man. That's what I'm saying. That's the culture of gaming that I came from. You know? Oh, Pit Fight. Oh, my dad loves Pit Fighter. Oh, my dad loves Pit Fight, bro. Hey, yo, listen. Yo, these kids don't know, man. They don't know, G. They don't know, man. They think back in them days, bro. Listen, man. I don't think they were ready for that. I don't think they were ready for those days because those days was bad, man. I'm telling you. People think, you know, you had to do so much to even want to play a video game, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to do so much to play a hobby that we love, no matter how broken, how toxic, how, you know what I'm saying? All these other people, they crying. So when I sit there and see that, I'm like, bro, y'all don't know what we had to go through to play video games. You don't know what Erico and all these other people had to go through just to hop up on a cabinet of Street Fighter. Just to play one match. Maybe potentially lose in the freaking 20 seconds of the game. And then you got to put money in and lose money. Then you got to deal with the person talking crap. Then you got to deal with the person trying to fight you if you beat them. Then you got to deal with a line of trying to hop back onto the cabinet so you can play again. Come on, bro. The youth will never understand. They will never understand. Oh, yeah, Karate Champ. That's another one. That's my dad's favorite. The original Street Fighter. Oh, yeah. Karate Champ. Yep. That game birthed Street Fighter. Yep. Karate Champ. My dad loves that game, too. All those games you mentioned, my dad loves those games. Karate Champ. Oh, he loves those. Yo, people was... Yo, they were... Yo... Hey, yo, there was a lot of passion in those days, man. I'll tell you. It was a good period. And honestly, I'm happy that I lived it. I enjoyed it no matter how toxic and how bad it was. It gave me something to talk about every single day, bro. I used to go to school laughing. Bro. I'd be laughing like, yo, there was one time me and my brother played online and this guy was flipping out, man, saying all this crazy stuff. And me and my brother, yo, we talked about it for a whole month. I'm like, you hear this fool? Talking about he gonna meet him in his house, this. I'm like, yo, we was just laughing. We was like, this is crazy. You know? But it was hilarious, you know. Yeah, my friend got banned. He got banned on Black Ops 6. I think what was it? I think 6. That's why he didn't buy 7. He got banned. Yep. You get banned really quickly. I think I was actually talking a little bit of crap on that game, Black Ops 7, and they sent me a thing talking about you can't. I'm like, what? I'm barely even like I was before. Oh, every time when you went to the arcades, I know it was a reason to keep going back, you know? And they were dropping arcade machines pretty frequently too. Like, I mean, I think I remember Mortal Kombat, like, well, I wasn't around that time, but I remember Mortal Kombat, right, was in that time for, and then it came out a year for, I think, with part 2. That's crazy. They're like, damn, we got a part 2 already. I was just loving part 1. You know, the excitement was always there. You know what I mean? And then you had Killer Instinct, and I was like, bro, you had all these crazy games coming out. You're like, damn, man, this is the life. I say, man, I mean, people have a problem with people being old and stuff, but listen, man, old is gold, man. Y'all lived a very good life, man. You know, y'all lived a very good life of gaming. You know what I'm saying? I was able to benefit off a little bit of what y'all used to, you know, what y'all pushed out there, and I appreciate that, because that's some of my favorite games from my childhood. You know what I'm saying? But you guys had it made, man. You know, you guys had it made. For real. You guys had the games. Y'all had, bro, I'm telling you, man. The movies, too. All the movies y'all had. The movies, everything. All of it. Movies. We don't get that no more, unfortunately. Nah, I mean, you guys had the movies. Oh, Ghosts and Goblins, yeah, yeah. My dad loved that game. He could never get past the first stage. Yo, my dad's like, yo, my dad loved that game. All you hear is the do 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 do. My dad could never, my dad, imagine, loving a game and can't beat it playing it. My dad loved that game. He could never beat it. I swear, just seeing my dad play that game, and then just like losing every time, and he just playing the same first, and dying again, just keeps on losing. He just keep on losing. I can't believe the determination we had back then was insane, man. Dead, dead. Oh man, as soon as his clothes got hit off, man, it's a wrap. Yo, those are the good days, man. Oh, I swear, man. Back then you could actually brag, man. Like a lot of people, the bragging rights was amazing back then, man. Like, yo, I beat Mike Tyson in Punch Out. Like I caught Mewtwo and Pokemon. It was always exciting, bro. And I just think that's something that's lacking in gaming, bro, because back then, bro, we was talking about stuff like it was always word of mouth. Oh man, you can catch Mew and you can catch him early in the game if you go by the truck and all that. What? Oh, what? For real? Yeah, you got to make sure you got a lot of Pokeballs. And I'm like, bro, we was constantly talking about these things, man. Constantly, bro. And we was getting better because of word of mouth. And like, yo, I remember when they said Luigi was in Mario 64. I actually fell for that. And it's funny because they actually end up putting him in the DS version, which is hilarious. Him, Yoshi, and Wario. I thought that was kind of funny. But back then, bro, I was like, yo. It was the excitement. It was the excitement, man. You just had to be there to see it. I remember back then my dad said people was charging each other for arcade moves and all that. They were charging each other money just so they could figure out the combos and all that. Like, wow, bro. Imagine people was out here writing pamphlets. He did? Oh, man. He did? Oh, don't tell him he did. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I want to actually look right now. Alright, I knew it was coming. Oh, man. I should have known. But yeah, that's how it was, man. The excitement of gaming back then was incredible, guys. You guys had to be there to see it, because now it's just not there like it used to be. It was so much better, man. The word of mouth, everybody's talking about this and how you could do that. How, even back then when the Pokemon games came out, and I don't know if it's technology. Yeah, well, because now you can look stuff up. You know what I mean? Back then you could play Pokemon Red and Yellow and don't know where nothing's at. And then the only way you can figure it out is if by asking people, like, hey, how can we get Mew? How can you get Kadabra to transform into Alakazam? You know what I'm saying? We had these type of topics, but now there's no such thing for these topics. You can just look it up. You know what I mean? And I think that is what's kind of ruining gaming, because it's like people don't, they can just look it up. Oh, if I can't find this legendary, I can just look it up. But back then you actually had, yeah, they did, but a lot of people didn't buy the magazines though. Yeah, they did though. You're right though. They did have the little trick books, but nobody bought them though. Not at least people that I knew. A lot of people that I knew didn't buy those books. My cousin, he did it, man. He used to beat all his games raw, bro. He used to beat them all raw. I don't know how he did it, bro. I remember he called me on the phone. He like, yo, I got all the mask and Majora's Mask and this and that, and I'm like, what? I was like, how you do all this? I got everything. My cousin would call me on the phone. They're like, yo, we got this and that. I was like, how you do this? I said to myself, that is crazy. Not like that, because they were expensive. They were expensive. A lot of the times we was renting games from Blockbuster. You know, y'all remember Blockbusters? People was renting games from them and stuff like that. And we had to beat the games and stuff. So a lot of people couldn't even finish the game. Yeah, a lot of trial and error. Yep, especially back then with fighting games. You know what I mean? You know, that era was kind of good, though. I kind of liked it, though. You know what I mean? Your fatality sheet code paper. You got some kid writing it. Oh, this is the fatality code, man. Probably charging $2 for it, and you paid for it. You paid for some writings, for some Yo, that's crazy, bro. They were making money off that, man. Hey, listen, man. If you're trying to do these special moves on Mortal Kombat, it's down forward, heavy punch. You can get the spine rip for the fatality. And how much you selling with the fatality, the scorpion, and I'm selling them $1 each fatality. All right, how many fatalities you got on this sheet of paper of this drawing that you did? There's about 5, so that's gonna be $5. $5 for each fatality. So when you win the game, you could do it on your friends, right? That's what you want to do, right? You know what's funny, man? If I was smart, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I was born in that era like that as an adult, I would have bought the strategy guide and been selling them craps. Bro, you would have been making money back then. Bro, you would have been making money, and you'd be like, I bought the $20, $30 strategy guide. I got everything. You want the combos? I can write them down for you. $1 each fatality. You want to learn the babyalities? They $2. You try to learn the baby? I got, and I'll literally just put the book, right? I'll put the book. They won't even know I have the book. I won't show them the book. Just be like, all right, what you want, the Kung Lao? That's gonna be $4 right there. You can do that on all your friends. Y'all imagine, bro? That's what people was doing. That's what they was doing back then, though. They were actually selling it. Back then, they were literally easy money for real, right? And they would pay for it too. You know what I'm saying? They would pay for that crap too. That would have been easy money. All you gotta do is buy the strategy guide. The strategy guide will pay for itself by the time you're done. Yeah, $10 was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot back then. Oh, Funko Land? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Funko Land was mine. Man, Funko Land, bruh. I love Funko Land, man. Back then, you could actually walk out with deals for games. You could. Not nowadays. GameStop, man. Like, terrible, man. I was sad when Funko Land went under, man. It was, though, yeah. $10 was a lot back then. It was, actually. You ain't lying about that. I remember the flea markets too, though. The flea markets, though. I remember how I got Warzone. The guy was selling it at the flea market. I think he was selling it for cheap or something, and we got it. My mom got it for me at the flea market, and I got Warzone. I can't forget how much it was. I guess the guy didn't like it, so he sold it for real cheap. I think it was like $10 he sold it for. Warzone. He might have stole it. Back then, people used to steal stuff too. They used to steal stuff too, so knowing him, he probably stole it, because it was like, I was like, hold on, didn't this game just come out, Warzone? I'm like, huh? Yeah, I think he might have stole it, bro. Because I was like, hold on. Yeah, did you think he stole it, though? Because he was selling Warzone for $10. I think he only had two. He had Pilot Wings and Warzone, right? And I think by the time I think that game was new, though. Warzone, WWF, Warzone. I remember because I was so young. I used to play that game all day. I ain't gonna lie. Warzone, I used to play that game all day. I used to like the way Stone Cold used to shake his head. Yeah, I forget. My mom bought it for $10. I remember it was $10 specifically. But I think the game, 64 cartridges, was expensive, though. Because I remember we went to a boutique store or whatever, my mom, and she looked at Legend of Zelda. She's like, that's $100. Those games was expensive back then, man. That's what I'm saying. People be talking about gaming is high now. Back then, gaming was high, too. The hell? Gaming was expensive there, too. GameStop used to have the 64 games on back. People used to steal. Bro. 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent Bulletproof. That's a good one. Yeah, people used to steal, bro. In the G Unit. Yo, people used to go in there stealing music, too. I remember people back then used to steal music. Yo, the CDs. Yo. Oh, man, bro. Oh, man. They used to steal, though, you're right. They used to steal a lot back then, too, man. There was just a lot of stuff. There was no way in hell a kid was going to be able to afford all these things, man. Came out with it with my brother. Oh, so you had all the launch games, too. Yeah, they had about that many games, too, close to its launch. Yeah, PS2 actually launched with a lot of games. It did. Yeah, yo, that's how, yo... Bro, that's all my dad had. Bro, he had all of them. The burnt... Yo, he used to go to this guy, right, and buy burnt games from him for $5. This guy used to burn games for my dad. Right? And, because I guess my dad was going to buy some Dreamcast games, right? So I'm going to tell you what happened. So, this guy's name was Jim, right? So my dad would go into the store, right? And he owned an electronics store. So he went to my dad. He had a good relationship with my dad with buying stuff because my dad always go in there buying things, right? So he went to my dad, and my dad was going to pick up a game. I think it was like $50 game, I think, or something like that. And Jim came. He's like, yo, man, I can... My dad didn't even think they were going to work. My dad didn't even think they were going to work. This is so funny, right? He's like, yo, yeah, with a black Sharpie marker. He's like, hey, I got Sonic Adventure 2. I got all these games. All of them. My dad said, these work? Yeah, Dynamite copies. I'll sell them to you for $5. I ain't supposed to do that. I only do it for certain people. Right? So my dad ended up buying these games from this guy. And then he had one with a Sega Genesis where you could play all, like 11, what was it? 1,000 Sega Genesis. That's how, yo, me and my cousin was like this. Oh, yo, me and my cousin was hyped. Yo, he bought that. All those burnt bootleg games, bro. Listen, I actually end up owning most of the games now as an adult. I actually bought the games, right? But it's so funny because my dad, he had these games, the burnt games with the Dreamcast, with the black marker on it, with the name of the game, and then the Sega Genesis. We was playing Sega Genesis games on the Dreamcast. Me and my cousin was yo, what's up? So yeah, like it was just crazy about the Sega Genesis games, man. That was like 1,000, and we used to play. We just used to go through the list, and oh man, that was Bro, it was just so funny though back then with no technology and how things was and how we was just kind of. You still have yours? See, I don't have those anymore. I have the actual disc, but I guess the emulators. 'Cause I didn't know what an emulator was, but I guess I was playing emulators on my Dreamcast. Yeah, I was playing emulators on my Dreamcast and didn't even know. Oh yeah. Yeah, my dad used to buy a lot from this guy. He bought the Atari Jaguar from this guy. My dad bought a lot of stuff from this guy, Jim. So, you know, he hooked him up and he didn't snitch. But apparently somebody snitched on him and then he got arrested. Yo, somebody snitched on Jim. Hey, yo, that man lost his business. Like somebody said, he's selling bootleg. Bootleg. He got arrested for it, too. Yup. Oh man, my dad, he never snitched though. He never snitched. But if somebody snitched on Jim, he lost his business. Yo, this man was selling the games on the cut. He said, I can get in trouble. He told my dad, I can get in trouble for this. But I trust you though. You know what I'm saying? But I guess one guy, he sold to. Yeah, they did Jim. Yo, they did Jim dirty, bro. They raided it. They swatted it. They swatted the man. They literally swatted him. They had the SWAT team in there and everything. At the time, I didn't know. But now I know as an adult. They swatted. Bro, they came in there, bro, and he got arrested. He got arrested, bro. Jim. Yo. Yeah, because Jim only sold it to people he knew. Right? So I don't know if he gave him with a bad disc. And you know how sometimes people come and give a hard time and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? With certain things and yeah, he got arrested, bro. He's out now though, but he got arrested. My dad actually seen him at the flea market. He's like, you don't sell those games no more. He's like, oh no, I don't sell those games no more. My dad asked him. He said, you still do? My dad, this was like a few, probably like 13, 14 years ago. He's like, yo, you still do those bootleg? Because we seen him at a flea market. He had a stand, a booth. And my dad said, you don't sell those bootleg games no more. My dad, and he was like, no, I don't do that no more. Like he was scared. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't even know it was him. And he knew me when I was a kid too, like a little baby. Like, oh man, that's crazy, man. It's just crazy how things was back then. Oh man, good memories, man. I will always cherish it for the rest of my life, man. I really would, because it was nothing like the respect. Yeah, Jim was a real one for real. Yo, he was, man. He hooked my dad up with a lot of stuff. My dad used to come in and spend a lot of money. He bought all that Atari Jaguar, 3DO, and stuff like that. There would be times when my dad was like, yo, I want that game, man. I think it was Galaga 90, right? And Jim had it there. He's like, yo, that's my favorite, though. He was telling my dad, that's my favorite, though. So I don't know how my dad was able to work him to get the game. My dad, he's like, yo, I want the Galaga 90 for the turbo graphics. He's like, that's the only one I need. You know how these people talk back then. I need the turbo, the Galaga 90, And he was able to talk Jim down to get the game. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have gave him a little extra or whatever. But he's like, I want the game. And I guess Jim just caved and it's like, all right, just have it. You know what I'm saying? Because, my dad, he always come in there asking for that game. And Jim had it. Like, sometimes Jim wouldn't sell his games. Like, sometimes there'll be a favorite game that he got. He'll have it displayed, but he won't sell it. So my dad be like, yo, why you have this game displayed if you ain't gonna sell it? You know what I'm saying? And he was a gamer, though. He was a gamer because he was like, he didn't want to sell all his stuff, though. He had a bunch of stuff, but he's like, yo, I can't get with this one. I can't get rid. He would tell my dad, I can't give this one away, man. I like this one. And my dad's like, hey, man, that's just funny. The culture back then was so funny, man. It was so funny, though, man. So funny, man. And I just feel like that's something gaming will never go back to, unfortunately. It was such a good, era. You used to go to the Blockbuster. You could talk about people when you picked up the movies and stuff. My dad used to talk about the movies. Oh, yeah, man, that movie. It's not, that unity's not there no more, even with the internet. You know what I mean? But let me save this game, guys, alright? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save it. Okay, and I'll definitely talk to you guys in the next one, alright? Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate the conversation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stories that I was telling y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one, alright? Take care, everybody.